Okay. Count down from 30 seconds, and then you guys can do whatever you need to.
One of these. Nope, that one.
Can I actually?
Is bar your place or?
No. But I'm sure the owner's not gonna mind if I leave a few thousand credits lying about using his facilities.
No. Certainly not.
Just because I stopped being an outlaw doesn't mean I lost my outlaw skills. I know how to pick locks.
I mean, in that case, then. To make doubly sure it doesn't happen. Slide another 1,000 there.
Yeah, I'll leave it by the register.
Maybe if we charged everyone who came in here 1,000 that's coming to your meeting.
If they're willing to pay it, why not?
Yeah. I feel like 2,000's enough.
I think so.
So, this meeting is pretty much just going over the same thing you were talking about at the Bay, right?
Relatively. Just kind of catching people up to speed once again and making sure everybody's on the same page. And then, the idea after that is to start talking about a plan. Something we can do to, do something about this.
Right.
I
mean... Probably not. I'm not sure how, the whole magic thing works anymore. Been a minute. Gonna say if she's fire, we can just...
Oh, why did I mean do that? Ooh, I hit the wrong fucking button. I meant to hit calibrate, not fucking respawn.
One thing that got better as I went off to do my own thing was able to harness the wind a little bit better now. So,
well, if you've got that under control, could be helpful. Definitely can push the fire back in her face, if anything.
that's it's something that we could try. I can't say I would be able to do it for very long more, but here's hoping that's enough, and you guys can back it up.
I'm sure we'll be able to. If we can work together like we used to, I can imagine that this sort of thing that we're putting together will go fairly smoothly, with minimal casualties at the very least. You've got a sound
Sorry.
mind. That's why I brought you along for this.
Well, sorry, I'm still learning to kind of take compliments. Thank you.
Would you rather me insult you a little bit to even it out?
No, that's fine. I just...
You sure? Because I can, you know. Okay. Cody, so good to see you.
What's up, man?
You thirsty, partner?
Fuck it, yeah, I'm down for a drink. What is
enjoy.
this? Oh, what did you give me?
Just a flavored vodka. Nothing else to mix with it, so hope you don't mind.
Yeah. Nah, I don't.
By the way, if you've got credits to spare, this place isn't exactly mine, and I got us in, if you catch my drift.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Understandable.
We're making up for it. Besides, place seems like a self-serve area anyway.
Understandable.
So, I don't remember, but did you two get fully acquainted with each other yet?
We talked briefly, but I feel like we were both focused more on the stalker than
Yeah,
talk.
we didn't want to say as much because they were around.
Good point. We need to figure something out to either deter them from getting close to us, or figure out a way that we can place something around one of us, so that if she's nearby, we'll know without having to see her.
Her fire. Is it just apparating out into another plane, or is it movement based?
We don't know. We've only had very limited opportunities to see her in the first place. We hardly even understand her as she is. I haven't seen her in over a decade until recently.
I wish I could help you out on this one, but really, magic and this type of shit ain't really my specialty, friend.
Magic and
I wanna
mishap
know
isn't
how.
really your specialty, no, but you're a good fighter and a decent shot. The more guns and hands I have on something like this, I get the feeling that we'll come out of it okay. Plus, I trust you, so there's that too.
I know she ain't stupid because she didn't really immediately try and go into the rust bucket base with you guys in there, so there's that. It's also what I saw, Yuffie do. She was just doing her usual thing of like getting on her and such, and then, trying to make acquaintance with her. I don't know what she was typing on her phone, but I'm guessing it probably was something flirtatious.
What do you-
She's mainly into women.
What do you mean she was talking with her, like she was flirting with her?
Yuffie's a
I
fucking
don't
stupid
know.
flirt a lot of the time. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, Yuffie likes to flirt with a lot of women.
Yeah.
That is
She's
gonna be
disastrously gay.
a bit of a
She's been
fucking
told
problem.
Not to talk to her. She has been told not to talk to her or tell her anything about you. So, and
That's-
I trust her to do that, but it's
See,
still a problem.
that's part of the issue, though, is that I don't. And besides, we don't know what the hell Lucy will do to her if she figures out that not only is she affiliated with me, but other people that I'm close with. The more people that gather themselves to her side, the more of an issue this is going to be.
The question
My best
is,
to talk to her about
how
it.
much information does she have on you exactly?
She knows
Because
where...
think about it.
Go ahead.
Just think about it.
Before we
If
get
she's,
too deep into the details, someone wants to say hi to you.
Yeah. Sit her down for a moment. I'll explain in just a second. Go ahead, Cody.
if she's so adamant on chasing you down, who knows what information she's trying to gather? God knows that she's probably spying on us at this very moment, and we just don't know it.
Why do you think I came in here cloaked? I can make sure I wasn't followed as much as possible.
It's a pretty dirty-ended spot.
I could do a sweep of the block every so often.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Would you like me to do one right now?
Sure, if you're willing.
Yeah.
There's also spying on us, and there's also, trying to get information out other ways. Maybe from intimidation that you don't
I'll be
know.
right back. Catch me up.
Of course. That's part of the issue
Does
that
she
I'm worried
know
about.
how? Does she know the contacts you usually hang around with, or does she know a few? Specifically, Amari, me, that guy in the green.
Guy in the green is new for
Rust
her,
buckets.
but she knows that I talked to Devlin at the least. She knows Amari is at my back as well. Amari straight up threatened her, I believe, in Meat Rack not too long ago. But
Really? All right.
It seemed also the people I saw her talking with, I believe, was Marcus and Felix in terms of asking about you first. They did
Marcus.
already know established. Yeah, it was at the cafe. That was the first place I saw her. She was asking around about you. A couple of people did answer the fact that they knew you. Hence me finding out she was looking for you.
She lied to a bunch of people, told them that I was her sibling, and that she's been looking for me and wants me to come home. She didn't give the context as to why.
That's the unfortunate part about some people. They'll just use, the sibling card, and people be like, oh, you're related to them? Oh, that leaves all suspicion out the window. Yeah, I wish people were a bit more precautious. I'm kind of glad, someone that was related, someone that you knew came up to me and told me about it.
Yeah.
Habit of a
saying watch out for
close-knit
this person.
community, and I suppose everyone knows each other for the most part, and if you're friendly enough, it'll rub off on others.
That's fairly true. So, what I can say, and what she does know about me currently, she knows I frequent the Bay, she knows I visited the Shutdown, as Sam has seen.
Yep.
She
I was
doesn't.
not witness to that engagement, but I saw the aftermath, and it was not pretty.
It was not beautiful at all. She doesn't know where I live, however, and I intend to keep it that way. But she did hear that I have children.
Oh. Wonderful.
And if I'm not mistaken, and if she is indeed smart, she'll use them as leverage to get to me. So if she finds them first, I hate to say it, and I gotta be honest with the rest of you, but I have to do what I have to do in order to protect my children, even if it means having to do what she says.
Yep.
You have to play along until you're in a position where you can counter her, but if she gets her hands on your children and actually separates you, if she
don't
gets
worry.
full control, you're never gonna be free.
I know. That's why I intend to rip her from limb and limb until she's gone. Problem is, like I mentioned earlier, is that we don't know what she's capable of. But before I get into that, I gotta talk to her real quick and let her know what's going on. For now, talk amongst yourselves, divvy out supplies if you have anything you want to share with each other, and I'll be right back.
Well, first, nice to meet the both of you. You can call me Evelyn. Sorry it's under bad circumstances like these.
It's fine. It's just kind of used to meeting people like this as much as it's a tragedy.
Yeah.
My name's Sam. I run a PMC out of Lothric, where the Shutdown is based. I've known Benny for a while. Apart from that, I'm just kind of here. Kind of professional and all that.
Had my into more bit more medical.
Hey.
I'm mostly a biological researcher.
I know we haven't talked in a minute, but I needed to let you know something. I at least needed to get this towards your direction so you understand what's going on. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's something bad happening with me, and I don't want to give you full disclosure. Because I know that you'll try to do everything in your power to help. And I don't want you to get even more hurt than you already are. I need you to trust me on this. I'm getting help from Devlin and a bunch of people that I know right now. And when you're better, when you get better, I promise you I'll share with you everything that I know as well. We're handling it. I promise, okay? You can be mad at me if you want. I wouldn't blame you. But I feel like you would do the same in my position as well. Do you have anything you want to say?
I can't make you give me information.
What I will tell you is this. There's a woman by the name of Lucy Latrosse looking for me. She has red hair, green eyes, and she's got a silver tongue. If she approaches you and tries to pry information from you, don't give her anything until she starts threatening you if no one else is around. Do what you need to do to make sure that you don't get hurt. If you can convincingly lie to her, then do it. But try not to get yourself hurt in the process, okay? She's stronger than I think she is. And I don't know what she's capable of quite yet. But that's what I intend to find out. And when you're better, and when we figure this out, I'll let you know. I'll get you some better equipment, and then we'll take her on. Okay? I'll have Devlin bring you some food and stuff home. I'll pay for it. Just let me know when you get better, okay?
I don't understand. I don't get any of this. I don't.
Someday when you have kids, and people you seriously care about, you'll know exactly what I mean when I do this. I've been through hell and back, and it's ugly. I don't want to share it with just everybody.
I want to be shut out. I can be strong enough.
Near him. Look at me. You and I are human. There's not much specialness about us. We're hardly strong as is. The strength that comes from us is within our hearts and in our souls. But right now, your body is weak and frail. You need to heal. I'm not shutting you out because I don't want you to be engaged. I'm shutting you out for your safety. Just like I know you would do the same for me if I still had a hole in my chest. Am I wrong? I'm not telling you you can't do this. I'm telling you that you can't do this right now. Get better. Heal. When I see you without bandages and an oxygen tank, I'll talk. But you better not be faking it. You understand me? make you something special to fight her.
Not the one that goes and fights, the one that takes all the pieces and kind of puts the puzzle together.
I would argue it's more of a tactician, but that doesn't sound
I
far
think
off.
that fits.
Ladies and gents, let's have a seat.
Alright.
Okie dokie. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, good heavens.
Alright. Like I mentioned before, this is to talk a little bit about the situation that's going on. You all pretty much know just about everything that I've shared so far, except for a majority of the shit that I learned recently while I was at the shutdown, thanks to an associate that goes there. Someone who's married to an individual that helps run it happens to actually be a demon from another dimension, and she knew quite a bit about this shadow magic bullshit that we started talking about recently. I have some information that I can share with you all if you're interested about this as well. I can even share some of its weaknesses and what it's capable of. Alright.
Shoot.
Based on the scroll that she sent to me over text messages, of all things, she said shadow kinesis, or known from home as a nyctokinesis, is a manipulation of shadows and wells of darkness commonly to infiltrate or manipulate. In times gone by, it's been classified as a sector of dark magic or black magic. Its fundamentals run very similarly to neutral infernal magic, but it requires a pact, a trade, or some extreme study for it to be used and utilized effectively, as was seen from the wound that I got. Sam took a look at it. I was essentially bleeding black ooze from my leg after the bullet went through.
Yep.
So,
Shit, you're deciding to fight at the bay with that wound in your leg? Shit, man.
Did you, by any chance, get a sample of it?
no, but I should have. I didn't think about it. It was closed pretty easily with some silver acupuncture needles, and after they sewed me back up and gave me some medicine, I was gifted a painkiller pill from Sam over there. The pain pillars.
The painkillers are coming back with a vengeance.
Exactly. As for counters for nyctokinesis, they include but aren't limited to holy light, blessed candles, Promethean fires, and anything that derives from the sun power itself. Extreme UV, while it's not as effective as blessed light, it can still be used in a pinch to drive back the night, at least for a little while. The other thing to watch out for the Nyctomancers themselves is summoning. Commonly, apparently, Nyctomancers can summon or manipulate shadows of slain enemies to fight for them in a similar vein that Necromancers can. Some would say that the Nycto variant requires far more in terms of contract over the soul and shadow to keep them more subservient, I guess. Shadow puppets is another thing that they can do. Nyctomancers, by their own studies, seem to have the ability to puppet shadows as if they were their own. We're unsure if there's actually a counter for this, but certain runic inscriptions have seemed to work in the past experiences and studies. Shadow Warp, a simple teleportation spell of sorts. Most Nyctomancers require to be in eyesight of the target location, but those with good control are able to move wherever shadows seem to be placed, which, as you all can imagine, inside Zephyra or Lothric City is a bit of a problem where there are no sunlight areas. Last but not least, night empowerment. They get stronger during the nighttime. So in darkness, they get stronger without proper lights being shown around them. Our best bet is to fight them in the day, but again, this gets hard when there's no light or sun to help us, essentially locking them in eternal night inside a city on top of a city. So, that's about all I know for Nyctokinesis or Nyctomancers. Anything you all might be able to share with, or any questions y'all might have?
How far is this woman going to chase you exactly? Is she going after you, or will she be going after your kids?
According to
Because if
her,
you're able to...
she's looking to bring back the family. She wants us all together again. All of us. Including another individual by the name of Marion Stone, who I used to work with.
I don't know, she's dumb enough to fall for a trap to go, I don't know, somewhere. Like, if she's going to Lothric and she's going to Saphira, who knows where else she'll follow you. So if you're able to go to, like, a place
I
that
think
has some...
I mentioned this before. You didn't come from Saphira. You didn't come from these lands.
No!
You came from somewhere different. And she managed to find you and follow a trail all the way back to the bay. Someone who isn't dedicated to finding someone with nothing else left on their time? That is a lot to go through for one person.
It's a hard sell. She's really beaming for my ass. Although I don't know why. I don't understand. Sure, I was a decent member in the outlaw group and I was close with her at one point in my lifetime, but I was just a thug. Robbing banks, killing people, and, blowing up trains and shit was just
I
some
think
of our
that's just it,
pastimes.
She doesn't see you as
You
a
know-
co-worker, she sees you as property.
Shit.
Yeah. You decided to spend and she wants to, bring you
I,
back. Use you for more things.
I believe I've
Who
heard
fucking
the term
knows?
blood in, blood out. I don't know if that's...
No,
Blood and
I
blood.
disagree. I don't
Or
think
blood
this
for
is
blood?
that sort of thing. She had a name to this, what she was doing. There was intent. At any point, she could have tried to find you further. No, I think she's trying to find everyone from her old gang for a reason now. You don't label something like get all the family together unless there's an event attached to it. For instance, if this was something she would do to everyone, there would be no need for a name.
Wait a
It's
minute.
just the rules. You don't leave the family. This is different.
What if it's both? You said it yourself, she made it deal. Seems like she made it. What if she needs all of her people, if she needs something personal to her to get more power or something, maybe some kind of... Sorry, it's something that's kind of similar with what I'm dealing with right now with my significant other.
No, you're not wrong. Back when we were still in the office, we spoke to those two devils at one point that were related to Ellie. They mentioned that the more souls that they have underneath them, the more power they grant each other. Sort of like a pyramid scheme, but for demonic power and abilities. If she's trying to get people to come back into her little outlaw group, she might be trying to amass power to herself in order to gain some sort of seat inside Hell, or from whatever demonic group she now belongs to. Like I said before, she wasn't always a devil. She used to be just like me.
Pact. A fiend
Get
pact.
well,
Probably.
from what I'm guessing from this, is she's probably made a deal with the devil, and now she needs to meet some sort of circumstances. Find the old
Seems a-
members of your gang, and rile them up, and then do some sort of fucking ritual or something, and then boom bada bing, she gains some sort of eternal power for your lives or souls. Something
This
like
also
that.
means negotiation's always going to be off the table. If this was just a matter of people and finding people, she could have gone anywhere. She could have spent all this time recruiting more people to her gang, doing different methods. She needs you. And whoever else was a part of whatever she was a part of when you were there.
She
This is
does.
particular. This is targeted.
She does also strike me as the type that really likes to talk about herself. Maybe we get her to Freudian slip something.
Ego. But
Yeah.
there's also a thing with that. Contracts. As someone who knows in and out the dealings of these, whoever she made a deal with, or hell, even her own devilish nature, won't allow her to fully divulge from a contract. It's a physical thing. There would be punishments laid upon her if she does so. No matter how big of an ego, being owed to a devil, well, it's a hell of a price to pay.
Well, you gotta strike her where it hurts the most, I suppose. Make her
Sam,
slip up.
That's why I'm thinking.
you've been quiet for a
Go
minute.
ahead.
You thinking about anything?
My thoughts are all over the place, as usual. I don't have a concrete idea or thought in my body or head. But I do at least have a couple ideas that might help.
Well,
If she's trying to manipulate you and this other Marion Stone person, I have to ask, who is the most important to you? Who would she use? Who is first off the top of your head? We know your kids. What else after that for how to manipulate you?
I was married at one point, but she's, no longer with us, so. The only person
understand.
close to me now at this point is a woman by the name of Lysandra, but I'm not worried about her going after Lysandra, to be honest with you. Lysandra is... how do I put this? Very old and powerful vampire woman. I'm talking centuries.
Jeez, I see your type then.
Leave it.
Old but strong.
Wait. She has a country accent, doesn't she? Like yours?
She's from Texas, like me. Same world.
Didn't she say something about silver while Benny was in the meeting? I very distinctly remember hearing someone with a country accent talking about silver.
That is another thing I was going to get into, actually. Being partial to the weaknesses that devils actually have.
What I remember hearing a bit from their little conversation, it's like, I think Yuffie was trying to say, you know, if I ever see you doing something stupid, then I have to kill you. I believe something along those lines, because what I was able to pick up from her is saying, well, if you do try and kill me, I'd like to see you try, because it takes a little more than just a simple shot to the head to take me down. But I'm kind of just spitballing here from what I remember, but it seems regular firepower is not really going to be a simple and easy solution to taking her down.
I
So
think-
if we're going by werewolf logic here, and she's bringing up silver, no, that wouldn't even make any sense. Why the fuck would someone give away their weakness like that?
Something to note. I think now is a good time, while we're in the planning section, to actually lay out all the cards in terms of what we have before we go into the planning phase. I'm going to at least tell you of a bit about what I know of devils. Number one, he's right. Holy and the aspects of blessings and things of a radiant nature will be effective against any demon or devil. That is the prime grade of it. But silver has been a known weakness to that of fiends before, mostly to pure demons and devils. However, it does mitigate the more or less devil you are. So the less devil you have in your nature, the less effective silver will be. Still good to lace your weapons in it though, just in case.
Bullets are bullets. It's still gonna hurt like a bitch no matter who you are.
There was something that I was thinking about it. It was something that I saw. I had no idea if it's something that actually happened, but there was a movie with vampires and shit in it. One of them was like a half vampire, had this light that he could, and it like burned the skin on like vampires. Could get something like that, maybe?
The
Like a holy
kind of
lantern or
luminescent light?
something?
No, not necessarily. Remember what I was talking about, how Nightomancers, their magic is usually repelled by the sun's power or by UV light in a pinch. UV light is essentially what the sun gives off. Ultraviolet rays or something that kind of do that. That's the main reason why vampires burn up in the sun rather than just inside of a room full of light bulbs. Could be the same thing.
She's taken apart an essence from the darkest part of hell, more than likely, hence the very big weakness to the light. So flashbangs will be useful. Prevent her magic.
What about a really big laser? focused light?
I mean, yeah,
Had to
I
be really
guess.
big.
Focused laser could do some damage, probably. We put it through a few
Now-
different lenses.
Something she had punched through everything you had.
That's... yeah. The gun she was wielding is not unlike some of the guns that we've been seeing. It's one of those new cybernetic revolvers that have been kind of floating around the market, the double-barrel ones. Been meaning to get a hold of one myself, but she shot me inside the sim pod, and I was bleeding for
Yeah.
real. I don't know how the fuck that worked, but there was no other souls inside the building. Overseer, one of the people who runs the shutdown specifically, told me that there was a massive shadows around Pod 7, the one that I was inside. There wasn't a gunshot on the outside, though. Whatever she did to shoot me inside the simulation affected me outside of it, too. Pretty harshly as well. And it went through
Which
my suit's
means-
shields and my suit's armor.
Which means the physicality of the nature of the weapon is not going to work. You would need something of a similar nature. Hence my suggestion. Hard light. Tech and lasers protecting against lasers.
That's the problem, though. The shielding that I use on this suit is very similar to hard light, but in a different reaction. It's using something called Second Skin. Second Skin focuses a little bit into the hard light section of things, but it's a little stronger than that. Not only does it repel magical attacks, but it also repels physical attacks, too. Especially bullets from regular guns, or just magic blasts from someone who can cast them. The problem with Second Skin, its only weakness is that if I'm hit with both of them at the same time, the shield depletes faster. Whatever she hit me with was able to bypass not only kinetic, but magical interference. The same way she was able to bypass an anti-magic barrier to get into the shutdown in the first place.
So what we're dealing with here is something, I don't know, out of this world, I suppose? Something that doesn't even make sense.
Something infernal, demonic, something that ignores the laws of what we know as reality itself.
There's
fuck is
one
she
more idea I have, but if it is them being enhanced with their abilities, their actual genuine nature, mayhaps even teleporting the effects of the weaponry, then there is one spell that I think would work. It's not going to protect me, though. It will protect y'all. Shield of Faith.
Holy symbols. Talismans. Holy shit.
Ceramite? Space Marine armor? I don't know.
Literally.
What if we
I
just
mean, it
injected it
works
with
in a
silver?
similar way.
My plate carrier has the plates are made out of ceramite. We found a bunch on the marathon.
I could procure these scrolls,
Could.
and you can use the markings of the skulls and have somebody magically enhance them to your armor. It would, be... I wouldn't say time-consuming, because I can get it fast.
Runic inscriptions would probably do the same thing, wouldn't they?
Yes, but this is able to control radiance being the signs of protection more than anything else. I don't know runes, I only know my methods.
Got it. Well, I guess we can do everything that we can in that instance. If we can apply as much as we possibly can for divine protection and blessings, then we might as well do it. But we shouldn't just boost my abilities. I mean, what about the rest of you guys? Divlin, you're not gonna be able to, however.
I know. I have my own plans for this, admittedly. But, before we get into any of that, something that we should at the very least address in terms of this is also the strengths of what a devil can do. If she is moving towards more of a devil than I was, then she might starting to become a pure form of one. Obviously, doing evil deeds, imparting upon her contract and her pact would probably make her stronger than some, and maybe even most. So we're talking about a devil's resistance as well. Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, some elemental resistances. I know a few things that can punch through those, though. Obviously, blessed bullets will, but blessings alone may not be enough if she is evasive enough and has an army. Lightning. Lightning, they have no resistance against.
Did you say lightning?
Correct.
Sam, show her.
Oh boy. Ooh.
I'm I'm a little attuned to that.
Like, I have a form of grossness, but I don't know if that would work.
Anything helps.
I can both shrug off any lightning that hits me and deal out a small amount if I can get my hands on her. But
Wait,
other than that,
wait,
that's
hang on.
the limit.
Could you redirect a massive lightning attack or an arc blast directly into you and then re-divert it into something else? Kind of like a conduit?
If I can touch her, I can do that. If I can't, it's not gonna happen.
I could potentially get some elementally enhanced weaponry. Lightning-specific weapons, if possible. I'd have to ship them in.
Not a bad plan. Listen, this idea that we're putting together here, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I mentioned before, we may know what she's capable of, we may know what Nyctomancy does, we know what she's after, to a certain degree, but we don't know everything into the extent of what she's actually powerful with. I think it's better for this first engagement that we're planning together, instead of trying to take her down in one fell swoop, we gauge her, poke her, get her to use some of her abilities, like you mentioned, Freudian slips, get her to start talking, get some more information out of her. Once we get what we
You
need...
also do have, apparently, an army of people that want to have sex with them. So,
Yeah.
Fuck? Excuse me?
they
Okay.
also
We can
weaponize
explain
them.
that.
Am I not? Am I mistaken in
Okay.
that?
You're not.
Didn't
You're not
hear that.
mistaken. You're not
No, you're
mistaken
not.
about that.
What?
I don't even know
I
what's
mean, she is
going
quite
on.
attractive. I can't say I blame them, but she is. So,
We send the gooners after them, understandable.
Gooner?
It's a
I'm
term
confused.
meant for someone who wants to have sex and jerk off
Or
a lot.
sexual deviant.
Sexual deviant, general degenerate.
Not good people.
Yep.
Same.
Okay, the thing is, though, this first attack, if we're able to strike at her ego a bit, because if she's, you know, for a moment, like, if she sees, like, oh, I'm a bit too powerful, she might just start to mouth off and say, like, do you dare think you can go up against this, blah, 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 this can take down blah, blah, this, because this, blah, 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 this. Because usually someone with high enough ego like that will most likely just flaunt their power.
Get her to yap.
That's exactly. We need her to
Basically.
monologue.
There's
We need her to
Oh,
monologue. How do we
in
get
the room I want to address. But it's an expression.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's an elephant?
It's, oh,
You're actually, there's no fucking way you just fought that. Are
I
you,
was about to
are
say
you
I
fucking with
understood
us?
that one.
Look,
Are you fucking with us?
That one had to be a joke.
I'm not
He's
drunk
under a lot
enough
of
for
stress.
this. I'm that too. Yes.
I mean, here's a tall one.
Holy shit, the cat's out of the bag.
Take a sip of that.
the biggest one.
Oh yeah, good idea.
They're going to go.
Do not.
Uh,
I do not want to have to put your brain matter back together.
Motherfucker.
I've already tasted my barrel once. I don't want to do it again.
Oh.
He is willing to target your family, your kids, and your loved ones, I'm assuming.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know this better than anyone. Is it true? That would mean the same for all of us as well the moment she recognizes that we're going to be involved.
Maybe.
We have to be prepared.
Maybe. The only reason I'd say maybe on this situation is because she's not necessarily after you folks. Sure, she wants you removed and out of her way, but she's after me. She'll deploy any of her tactics and insecurities my direction to make sure that I go back to her.
She might not have the resources to target all of us, so that is a good thing as well.
So far, she's only been here by herself. There were a lot of us back in Texas. But she only came here by herself for now. Which begs the question again, why?
She's probably scouting you out. Getting a feel for you, seeing what you do, see who you hang around with, see how many numbers you got. And then most likely she's fucked off somewhere else, so, you know, relay that information to her
That
cronies.
is a really risky method for her to check upon just that kind of information. It's something she could have easily done with anyone else, really. Hell, she didn't need to reveal herself at all if she didn't want to. It might be
Exactly.
ego, but am I willing to take that chance?
It could be ego, it could be an intimidation tactic to say, hey, I'm back. So I'm just gonna stalk you for a bit, and I understand the storm that's coming. That sort of shit.
So, here's the theory. You said that there were a lot of you back in Texas
Mm-hmm.
before it came here. How How many? Do you remember?
Oh, well, if you count the Jenkins brothers, 80 of us.
80. And she came here by herself, despite clearly having a way to traverse between dimensions.
Would it also
I
be
don't
worth?
want to
Would it also be
say
worth to
this, but
mention?
I'm reasonably certain she killed everyone else, has subsumed their power through Noctomancy, and is now here to kill you and Miss Stone to take your power as well. Maybe it's the pyramid scheme thing, maybe it's not, but killing a lot of people sounds like a good way to open a rift between dimensions to go hunt down the last two people you want to kill.
Except we're missing one part about this. If this was as simple as killing Benny, there are easier ways to get to him to do so.
She doesn't want to kill me.
I'm
She
being
wants to bring me
honest.
back.
My knowledge of
She needs more
demons
blood.
and demonology is limited, so I may make assumptions that are incorrect.
Well, no, do bear in mind, like with one of the theories that this could be some form of ritual.
I
You can't really be
think I have an
dead to
idea.
do it.
If I wanted you, I know one way that I would do it. Only one. I would get what you cared about most, and then I would make you sign a contract. We're dealing with a devil. Contracts are kind of their thing. We're not dealing with a
that makes
demon.
sense.
They're not brainless, they're not mindless, they use tactics, they use anything they can get their hands on. They force you to make a decision. And at least the idea of a decision.
Like I mentioned before with that pyramid scheme situation, the more contracts you have, the more power you gain. If she converted all 80 of those members and any of the other gains that we were connected to, which there were a fucking lot of them. Need I remind you, I was outlawed from 48 states back from where I'm from, and whichever state I wasn't hunted from the other outlaw groups, I was hunted by the law. There was nowhere I could really go, except for the inside of LA at the time, which was overrun by demons and the Senders. So if she converted all
Yeah.
of these people, if she started getting her own following, her own little fucking church, there's no telling how powerful she actually is. But
And
that begs the
faith
question.
on top of power and contracts leads to power. Enough power to traverse places.
But then why is my soul so important? With that many people already under her spell, she could have just taken over the rest of the entire planet.
Well, let's remember where her contract comes from. It comes from something else, someone else who puts a task upon her to achieve it. He
It's the whole
may
bring
have-
us your firstborn child thing.
Oh, god damn it.
Bring
It's
us
the
your
task.
team. Bring us your family. She might be in just as much of a fucky situation as you are, potentially. Even if she did have a choice, she made a contract with the devil. This is fiend natures.
Pardon me, Shush. That as it may, I feel like we're talking in circles here.
We
You got
are.
a point. You got a
If-
point.
If we're going to come up with I mean, we have started coming up with a plan. Tension is engaged that we should be thinking about that instead of the what ifs of what this woman is like, what caused her to do all this. It's not going to help us.
If I'm being honest, the cause may not be as important and as well.
Precisely what
We
I'm
know
trying
she
to say.
wants you. Yeah.
So,
As much as I'd love to sit here and discuss that. We're not going to come out of this any more knowledgeable. It's just going to be us launching theories at each other.
no questions will actually be answered, only speculation, which will just confuse us even in the long run.
So, with everybody knows what they're personally capable of. Yes, I would assume so, seeing as how you've been alive this long. In Bayo 9, no
Yep.
less.
All over
Yeah.
the place, baby.
I've witnessed this man
So-
fucking charge a time goblin with a shovel.
I'll do it
Watch
again.
this
survive.
man go toe to
Don't
toe
fucking
with
do
my
it, you
creator
dumb-
and survive. He actually almost killed him. 6 bullets. Still can't believe it. But where should you feel comfortable when it comes to a fight itself?
Well,
I feel like, obviously it's a dumb question, but
the easiest
this helps me
place...
vocalize my...
No, you're right. The easiest place for us to actually fight her and probably get closer to winning would be inside of a church, but she's not dumb enough to step foot inside one of those. She'll burn up at the moment she does. So we need to find something different, something similar, but subtle. Somewhere where her powers aren't going to...
Definitely
Blessed
consecrated ground would help.
soil.
Jar of dirt.
We don't need it to start as that. If we can get some people and protect them to finish the chant, they could potentially finish it enough to where they could bless the land.
Or,
That is an insane plan. I like it though.
think about it, what's the most hallowed place that you guys could think of? What's the one place that everyone has to respect, no matter where you go, or what religion, or what group you follow?
Graves.
The cemetery.
Grass.
I was fucking thinking that. God damn.
But do we... I mean, they're a pseudo-necromancer. Think
Well-
that would...
No,
They might have an affinity
Yeah.
towards it.
not
I feel
necessarily.
like that might just play into their favor a little bit.
They might think so, but the graves are underground. They have to be able to pull the shadows up, and normally those boxes are pretty damn thick. Might be a little hard for them to be able to pull them out of 6 foot of dirt.
Okay, the thing is though, do we even know
And
that
most
though?
modern cemeteries
Like we don't
are
know
so
how
space
like physically
constrained
capable she
where it's
is. To be honest, if we go into a graveyard, we're just giving her like free ammunition to use against us.
We don't
Make
know
our
if she
situation
can,
a lot more tougher.
we don't know if she can actually raise the corpses though. We know she can do something with the shadows and puppet them, but we don't know if we can do anything if she can do anything with them while they're underground. Maybe that's what we
There's
do first.
also no guarantee when you choose the battlefield.
Exactly.
Something
Most
else as
modern
well. This
cemeteries
first
are-
incursion isn't to win. This is to get information. Knowing what she is capable of in these conditions could also still be useful information.
So, you're a fighter. I saw you fight Batman, or robot, or... I don't know what
Synthetic.
that was. Right.
Synthetic.
So, you're obviously comfortable with fist fighting, and not exactly slow on your feet yourself.
I like to let you know I'm incredibly well kitted with a lot of weaponry. I have armor that takes down big, massive fucking creatures from a different, place. I have my revolvers, my rifle, and my hammer.
Sorry, I'm
pretty
confusing
versatile.
what you're- Yeah,
I believe the term that my allies used for me was DPS. I move in quickly, deal as much damage as possible, then I try to dash back to reassess the situation.
What are you thinking, Judas?
I'm thinking, just on how this would form my head. Got his, I got hers.
I'm a Marine. I'm a ground muncher. Put me as a marksman or put me as a frontliner. I don't care. I usually have a big shield and DMR, hammer. Like, I'm flexible. Put me wherever.
Can you morph yourself into
You.
something closer to support?
I mean, yeah, easily. I can be fire support if you want.
Combat medic, most likely.
Fair.
You, unfortunately, are bait.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep.
How much do you weigh with the armor on?
Armor on, about 220, 230 maybe?
That is light armor.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be
Okay.
heavy.
Fair enough, I guess.
So, what I'm thinking is, we somehow, I'm still trying to think in my head of how we get them to in the first place. Somehow we get them to maybe have a conversation with you. If I don't know if they're a conversationalist, I mean, they do seem like they like to talk, but I haven't really seen them interact with you, just stare.
She hasn't been
We
overly
figure out-
aggressive, so...
Yeah.
Shooting
Could
you
always
isn't
just-
overly aggressive.
Yeah, that
Could just get her to follow you through a set of, obviously we put you by yourself.
We have to lure
To
her
get
out.
you to walk somewhere,
Yeah.
lure her out.
This is a tricky
That way we
part.
can better pick it. That's why I'm
She
saying.
seems not to be dumb. If she sees you by herself, she won't believe it.
So maybe I have someone else with me.
Enough for you to at least seem like you're not stupid and luring her into a trap, but not enough to sway her from doing anything. Not too much to not sway her from doing anything. That's a tricky balance.
The thing is, if she sees you in your armor, she's gonna question him like, what's he doing in his armor with this other person? Maybe not a good idea to attack. This seems a bit too much as bait. So I would say you'd have to go for a gamble and rock casual fit to make it more believable.
Got it.
I have an idea, but we pretend to move your family in a way where we quote unquote are being reckless. Not actually your family, but if it looks like we're trying to move your family, she might be tempted to take that chance and opportunity.
It could work in some way.
Yeah. It probably could, actually. Maybe we start there then. I'll pack some stuff up into a vehicle, drive by one of the local cemeteries, and see if I can get her to jump me. Or at least stop my vehicle.
Intentionally give yourself a flat.
I could. I hate changing tires, though.
It's possible.
I mean, if she doesn't show up,
Maybe-
we'd still be there to help change it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, the one thing someone would probably do, and I want to believe she'd probably get you when you're changing your tire. That's when you're most vulnerable, so
What if we
she's
stage
gonna
it?
try and get you anyway. That's kind of the whole plan.
Yeah, no, wait.
Stage the flat?
Instead of just staging a situation where I'm bringing my family, we just include the flat. One of you pop my tires. Sam, you're a good shot as me. Take your DMR, pop one of the front tires. Or one of the back ones.
You don't. The
always
thing is,
serves
though, now here's a food for thought. Just stab it with a fork, and just cause like a fucking puncture wound inside of it, and let it slowly, lose
Could also
air
just
before
throw
you know it starts to
ton
get
of
flat.
nails on the.
Or nails. Yeah, nails were good too, actually. Only reason I said maybe
mean,
Sam have a shot is
doesn't
because... No,
Sorry, go ahead.
You're fine. It doesn't guarantee it, but the only reason I'm saying that have Sam take a shot at one of the tires is not only will she be close by, so that in the odd event that Lucy can sense her soul, because she's too close, or one of you would be too close, she'd be far enough away that if it would just seem like she's just sitting in one of the regular buildings going about her business. We put a suppressor on your rifle, if you've already got one, and then just
It's already suppressed.
take a pot shot from a building.
What's the farthest distance you can shoot?
Safely and hit the target about 800 meters.
I don't know, to
Something
be
else
honest.
as well. As a way to catch her off guard, maybe. We could, again, you're wanting holographic tech anyways. Things that can change visually. Maybe I can make a dummy of your kid. Have it make it look like her and make it pretend that you're carrying her while looking at it. Maybe perhaps entice, sweeten the deal for her to make it a little bit more tempting for her to take action.
Not a bad plan. I like that.
Make it unrecognizable
we
at a
can put a
distance.
fucking
and then-
flashbang in it in case she tries to take it.
Oh,
We set a dead man trigger with flashbangs on it.
son of a
On
bitch.
the kids in the doll.
That's fucked up, but I like that. I'm not gonna lie. One last little fuck you before we make our escape while she's,
I mean-
blinded.
Truth be told, I mean, remember Seed's stuff and back at the office, I don't really have any more quandary with the
Actually,
others.
Yeah.
do bear in mind this. I do have my sanity, which makes me incredibly quick. So if any of you have an idea of, attaching some form of, sticky substance to a flashbang, I could easily, dash up to her, place it, and then just hit her right up close with a flashbang.
Good idea. Okay.
Remove flashbangs.
I'll find a spot where one of the graveyards is nearby or one of the cemeteries not too far away. Most likely it's gonna have to be somewhere in waterfront, which is risking the chance of her finding my house. But we have to risk a few things if we want to gain a couple of miles against her in the first place. So bear with me on this.
Yep.
Once I figure out where one of the local cemeteries are, I'll give you all the coordinates and the locations. From there, we can pinpoint the exact locations where each of you will be hiding, and when you guys need to jump out in order to help me assist in getting information out of her.
Honestly, the most realistic thing is maybe one of us being with you. Maybe just seemingly distracted on the tire while you're trying to quote-unquote call someone. Again, you being by yourself seems to be the most suspicious part. Because you're not dumb.
I won't be by myself. I've got a friend of mine that you guys haven't quite met yet, but you saw briefly. His name is Tamashi. He's my household security. Sam, you saw him briefly too.
I don't remember.
Did he
You-
have like a tail? I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the people around
No,
you.
he's a synthetic. He was made
Synthetic.
recently. He lives inside my house and helps protect it and the kids. Those are his top priorities. If she sees me with him and he acts like he normally does around me, she'll just assume that I am moving the house. Or at least from where I was. It'll look a little more realistic instead of having any of you nearby.
And when things
I mean,
do come
in a
down
weird
to
way,
it,
yeah. The more
I-
true to the lie it is, the more that lie tends to be believed. Lace it with truth.
To be honest, it's
Then we
really...
can-
It's one hell of a fucking gamble, but to be fair, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
we can put enough of us far enough back. I don't think any of you weigh more than 1,000 pounds here. I can carry you guys across that great distance pretty quickly.
300 with full armor on, so no, easily.
You'll be getting close, but not close enough. Judas here is capable of moving at a ridiculous speed, but only in short bursts. So you'll have to stick
That
with him for a little
reminds
bit.
We'll
I'm
also have
gonna
to
check the
gauge how
block
many
again.
of us
Go ahead.
enter into the,
You get used to it after a while.
We have to gauge how many of
Oh, my
us can
son
also
was
enter
bad.
into this. Too many of us and she'll be prone to retreat. She won't show off everything in a fight. Not if she's looking to escape.
That's why I'm thinking that all that we have here right now is good enough. Maybe one more, but that's it. And if anything, the rest of us don't engage her immediately, but hide in the shadows. And if it looks like that she's starting to win, then that's when we start popping more shots.
Dumb idea. Really, I don't know, throwing this out here. About Judas and me are pretty prone to being incredibly fast, right?
Indeed you
What
are.
if we were able to get up close, sneakily place a tracker on her so we can have some updates on where she could possibly be and be alerted whenever her presence is close?
Did any of you drop a Game Boy?
Oh, that
No.
was mine. I'm assuming Wallflower went home then. I gave her the ability, so...
Why didn't she bring it with?
That's well, more than
I'll just
likely.
slide that on the table.
Hold on. Oh, she just went home.
Oh, okay, good.
I kinda had a heart attack there, fuck.
Yeah, you and me both.
Fucking
Jesus
better.
fuck, I thought someone fucking nabbed her.
Holy shit, yeah, no, I'm like, Wallflower, please.
Oh, pastry, cheers of
Tell her to message me when she gets home safe.
Divlin here would be a good starter to at least help me deal some damage in the beginning. If she's focused on me for a little bit, I might be able to dodge a few of her attacks until things get a little too harrowing. Sam, that's kind of when you'll decloak yourself and make yourself useful and known. Hit her and aim for the legs, get her to be a little debilitated, stop her from moving around so much or aiming at me nearly as much. And then if all else fails,
I'll just fucking bear hug her and shock the shit out of her. Why
that
not?
too. If all else fails,
Um,
Cody and Judas will jump in.
You need to go.
How much does she know about how much of a religious practice you are? In terms of us using holy and stuff like that. Is it a tactic she believes you would use?
She doesn't know anything that I was familiar with when I was inside of the office, and I doubt she believes that I'm a man of faith now.
We need to keep it that way. For the real
I
fight.
need to real quick. Can you pump my Sandy?
Okay.
What the fuck?
So I have to
Follow
pose
normal
myself as a
tactics
non-believer.
first.
Give him a moment.
Okay. Good to know.
If she, how do I just put this? If she knows that she is at a disadvantage at under any time, she'll find a way to subvert that disadvantage or make it not a one that's priority to use for us, even if it means getting people or things that would counteract against it.
Good idea. I don't know how she'll react to data attacks or anything like that either. Maybe we should test that. I'll get Amari to join us as my last +1.
Works for me.
I just hope we don't wind up overcomplicating this.
I don't think we will. The rest of us are pretty sound in mind, and we all know each other relatively well enough to work together. We know our strengths, some of our weaknesses. I'd say that's enough. As long as we formulate what we need to have done in the first place, and stick to that plan, we should be just fine. We'll just run Seed all over again.
I think I can do, but it's risky. I might still be able to communicate and look a little bit into her head.
That's... I don't know about that, Devlin.
It's on the table, but I would be immobile, basically.
Which means we have to get her to stand still. We need her incapacitated for a short while so you can grab onto her. That bear hug you mentioned might be able to do the trick.
Yep. Let's just say I'm not exactly human when it comes to things. You know.
How much damage I'll be able to sustain to myself. It's something I've noticed. In Faerun, I'd be able to do this a lot more freely. Here, I'm different. It hurts me.
The minute you start getting too hurt or you feel yourself becoming incapacitated, break off. I don't care if you barely saw anything. The last thing I need is a casualty in that fight, especially when we're only trying to get information.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm not human. I'm a synthetic. I can take a beating, and if worst comes to worst, this body is temporary. I can be put in another one.
Let me reiterate this for the rest of you. I do not want any of you going down. If you believe yourself to be hurt too much, your lives are worth more than mine in my own opinion. I don't care what any of you say. If anything happens to you and you think you can't go on, or you think it's getting too close, get yourself out. And if you can get me out as well, do it. But if it's too risky, save yourselves first. Do you understand me? And I need to hear it from each and every one of you.
I'm a dumbass. You know this.
I don't care. I need to hear it. Lie to me if you have to, then.
I will get the fuck out.
If it is between me and your family, it was going to be me.
Yeah, I'll agree to that as well.
Then I
If it's
agree.
between my life and your family, I'm out, man. Your family's gonna be safe no matter what. They're top priority. I'm not doing that bullshit.
I can't risk seeing another kid go for a loss of a parent. To be honest with you, I don't want that upon anyone. I like to see you come alive.
Judas?
Sorry, I can't bring myself to lie, so I'm trying to come to acceptance with this being a possibility that happens.
I think it's easy enough for us all to say that we've danced close to death more than once for all of us. And I'm not going to say it's not something we're not afraid of, because I don't want to die. But when we're fighting for something more than ourselves, something that we believe wholeheartedly in like this, we value and weigh our risks to this, and why we're doing it. Your kids are always going to be more important than my ambitions. I'm sorry.
I'm a medic. I
Alright.
save lives. It's what I signed up to do.
Benny, if it comes down to it, I promise I'll leave.
Well, you all have your own autonomy. I can't stop you with your actions. But the last thing I want to see happen is any of you get hurt too much for my sake.
We're to help you out in your situation. We wouldn't be here anyways if we didn't care about you, man.
I know, I just...
I understand the stress you're going through, all the thoughts that are running through your mind, the amount of outcomes that could possibly happen. Just do bear in mind, we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and we do know that this is just only for information, and you also do know the same. So if anything is going a bit too far and is leading to the point of, like, it's going to escalate any further, do bear in mind, you also get out as well. If not, I'll drag your ass out.
Of course, no.
Same here.
I wouldn't expect no less. As soon as things get bad, that's the idea. We need to book it. That's what I wanted in the
We
first
know
place.
things are gonna get bad. That's the point of the first mission, is to make sure that she is pressured enough to make it go bad. The thing is now is what we have to plan for next. Our escape. What's the plan there? We have to get out.
Easy. Sam can cloak herself and move pretty fast on her lonesome. She's quick in and out of alleyways. Cody, grab Divlin, use your Sandavesti and hold on to her tight and book it the fuck out of there. Judas, grab a hold of me and do the same. Once we're all gone,
We can
we'll be gone.
We can find a rendezvous point just in case, and depending on how fast she is, and I can have Tibbs utilize the Pelican we have.
I was also going to suggest, I literally run a PMC in Lothric. If we need aircraft, drop ships, vehicles of any
Oh.
kind, I can get us that. It's not hard. It'll come out of my pocket. Don't worry about it.
Have a
I suppose what
low...
we could do.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Also
Go ahead.
surveillance drones.
Don't
worry about it,
You've
man.
been talked over a few times already. I want to let you go.
It's
I don't want
fine.
to talk over you.
That is a good idea, but I think we should get maybe something like that for our meetup spot. A car that none of us would ever drive ever. I mean, I don't really drive, so
I'm still
I
trying
think
to
you
get
could get us
my
like
license.
a car that
Got a
doesn't
license in
look like
both Severe
Vinny's,
and
but
Lothric.
Yeah.
like not.
I can get a
I
car.
don't remember what you drove it. So
It's just a Subaru Outback. It ain't nothing special.
When you drive
Actually,
a
you said you had
Lamborghini car-
drones.
Alright, fuck you, first of all. It's a great goddamn vehicle. It holds a lot.
No, it
It's
absolutely
reliable
is.
as shit.
Benny,
Leave me
Benny.
alone.
Benny,
is lesbian
Benny.
like a sex thing?
Yes.
Oh,
you're in the lesbian mobile. It's over for you.
Oh, I'm...
Women who
Okay.
prefer women.
Anyways,
Meeting
you
adjourned.
said you had drones. You had drones,
Drones.
correct?
Yep.
Are you a-
Quadcopter,
are you a-
fixed wing. Depends on what you need. I can
Okay.
loan for an operation something roughly equivalent to a Global Hawk.
What I'm
But,
looking for here, and what we
that's a
could
little
possibly
expensive.
use that could be a good advantage, is if you had drones, scanning up the area when shit goes down. Look
Me
over
and,
footage.
I've
Have
got
footage to look
helmet cameras,
over.
so-
That's good as well, but having like full-on coverage would be nice because if we're able to look over footage and see how she works, we can probably figure out a lot more about her instead of spitballing ideas.
Plus, we can archive
Got it,
it.
boss.
Nikolai are learning how to reinforce things. If we get a vehicle, depending on what it is, we can also reinforce more plating on it.
Good idea. Amari actually had a vehicle with a decently large gun on the top of it. Maybe I can borrow that.
Oh, she still has that truck? I
Oh, she never left it.
think it's
And
terrifying.
She already knows that Amari is probably, well, intended. So it wouldn't it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say the fact that, you know,
Exactly.
use it at this point.
If we need
Yep.
to use multiple vehicles, we have that option available to us. But for now, we have an idea, we have an escape. I'll find not only the location that we can all meet up at, and starting the locations for each of you, but we'll find a rendezvous point so that if we need to book it, when we do book it, we can all meet up back at that location and either drive or fly ourselves out. And if shit gets worse, and if shit gets too bad, Mari drives in with that big fuck-ass vehicle with the machine gun on top of it. We blow some lead into her to give us some time to escape. How's that sound?
Yep.
Alright.
Sounds
I
good.
have to
Absolute.
say,
Absolute worst comes to worst, and let's just say she manages to overpower all of us. I have a dead man switch for an orbital strike.
I'll put one in Tamashi as well.
Yep.
Alright.
If all of us go down and every single one of us is dead, I will glass the area. She will not survive.
Alright then. Well, neither will the property around you, but who cares? It's
If we're
waterfront.
dead, then Nemesis ain't gonna fucking bark us. What is it gonna do?
Also,
Fucking
I
clap
think
us in the
this went
grave?
without saying. Interactions with her avoided at all possible.
Oh, of course. You think I want to talk to her?
No, but depending who she sees at that ability or fight, she'll be dead set to want to talk to us.
Spread this to the people that you guys trust the absolute most. If any of them see anyone by the name of Lucy Latrose, red hair, green eyes, cowboy hat, tell them no communication whatsoever.
I'm going to go yell at Yuffie.
Yeah, and if you can't get it through her goddamn thick skull, I will, and I don't care what everybody else says.
What the fuck did she do?
She's trying to flirt with her.
She was kind of flirting with her usual thing.
Makes sense for who the fuck she is, and it's stupid.
But you know how dangerous this is for the rest of us, right?
Yeah, I do. It's why she needs to be stopped.
Which means, Sam,
Easy enough to say she won't talk enough shit.
don't tell anything about this plan with anybody else.
You don't have to tell me twice, man.
Good.
What stays in this bar stays in this bar.
You know, I kind of like this place actually. I think I'll keep coming
I did
back.
gun training here.
Oh. Huh.
Honestly, I remember this bar. It looks somewhat familiar to one I went to when I ran with the Sons of Odin, but something's different about it.
Off subject. Anyone
Let
hungry?
me leave a note for
Honestly,
our owner.
I could go for some noodles right now.
Me and Judas left about 2,000 credits in total on the countertop if any of you want to pay for anything as well. Just as a reminder
I
to
don't have
keep
any.
the owner's voice down about us breaking in. I know how it looks.
Well, I just left
I
a letter
don't give
offering
a
to buy the
fuck.
place.
I'll just leave another 2,000.
Perfect. What'd you say, Judas? You're leaving a note too?
I said I left a note offering to buy the place.
Holy fucking
They
shit.
still get to keep it, but
Oh
Hey,
shit!
we're gonna need to be able to. I mean, this is
Guys,
a good meeting spot, so.
It's a good hideout. Yeah, I do agree.
you are aware of how much money I have, right? Like,
You're practically a
they paid us a
billionaire.
lot.
Yeah,
They paid us a lot at the office.
we have a lot of money.
He's a billionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire.
Christ.
I'm a corporate head, man. Like, what do you expect?
It's corporate life, I guess.
I have like 50.
You know, I don't miss it though, for all the money it did pay.
I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I've enjoyed the peace.
Okay then, I guess this is our new spot then, our
I
hideout.
mean, that's if they allow me to purchase the property, but
I mean, who the fuck is gonna say
I'm sure
no?
once I
Are we
was the
gonna
price.
name-
who's gonna say no to that?
I don't know. I'd say we wait until we own the property and then we name it.
Good idea.
Fair point.
Yeah.
All
Try
right.
and focus on the crazy psycho bitch first, and then the bar name.
Just in case, for now, why don't a couple of you dip out first, and then the rest of us will leave in tow. We don't want to come out all at the same time.
Not wrong. Besides, I kind of want to check on Wallflower.
Good
Make
idea.
sure.
Send a message to let me know how she is. She seemed to understand when I talked to her, but she's a little sad about the whole thing, so.
I want to at least ask. Shit, that's right. I need to talk with you about something.
Oh, well, the rest of you go on out then. Judas, here's a spare key to my home if you ever need to go. If you need a place to stay,
I mean-
you're always welcome.
I mean, if it's all the same, I probably would like to maybe stay the night.
You're more than welcome to.
Didn't really tell anybody I was leaving.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can have the couch. I'll just grab a couple of pillows and blankets for yourself.
I appreciate it. Sorry
course.
for, guess inviting myself over.
Hey,
But-
you're okay. Seriously. Any day of the week, I'd welcome you.
Technically, he offered first.
Hi. Yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys around.
You get used to it, like I said. Sam,
You really do. Yep,
take care, okay? Thank you for the
Thank
medical
you.
supplies again.
no problem.
Also, multimillionaire?
y-
Corporate head? Since when?
Yes. That one
Oh, Jesus.
on my
I
arm.
mean,
Head of a
second in the
PMC and
command of
small
a
arms
ship.
company.
Okay, well, never mind.
As
I'm
well
not
as
paying you.
captain of the marathon.
Fuck it, I'm not paying
I
you
don't
anymore.
care. Listen, I literally told you I would pay for all the assistance for like this, all the ops for this and shit out of my own pocket. I literally do not care. I want to help you. That's why I explicitly said do not pay me.
Alright. Just get out of here.
Yep. Are you two going to be good? Do you want me to check on Wallflower? I don't really know who they are, but
We'll be
I
alright.
got it.
We'll be alright.
you got it? Okay. In case, something, John Cena quote, you can't see me.
I love active camo.
I used to be able to Misty Step. I miss it.
Don't you mean you missed it?
How dare you? Okay. Okay.
And
So-
you needed to talk to me, yeah?
How much did she talk with you about?
Not much
She gave
at
me
all.
permission to talk on certain subjects, but I want to leave the big talk between you two. But I wanted to also prepare you, which she said is okay.
She didn't say much to me, actually. She felt a little hurt that I was leaving her out of the situation, but I told her that I wasn't. I was barring her from joining immediately. I need her to take care of herself first. I need her to heal. Once she's done
As
healing,
I told her.
I will welcome her with open arms in this operation.
I'm assuming she took that well, at least. She seems to... I'll be honest. I know that a lot of it stems from her self-harm. So... we're gonna have to start pressuring that onto her, is recovery and taking care of yourself and the importance of it.
She
At least that's where I'm
cried.
gonna start in.
She cried a little bit, but I gave her a hug. Hopefully she'll be doing better sooner than later tonight. But other than that, go ahead.
What do you know of her family?
I know enough. I know that she was pressured to endure a life of a soldier from her brother and her parents. I know that they don't really give her a whole lot of options. And I know that she's kind of pushed into being a certain somebody instead of having her own autonomy.
There were good things that she said about her brother at one point. Listing off details of what she could tell me about the things that she did like. And at some point, she started to see the good qualities of her brother in you. But then her trauma triggered. And she's trying to stop herself from seeing bad qualities that aren't there in you. And it's getting harder.
I see. Am I doing anything to prevent that from happening?
I think the sense of gruffness and the particular quote that you said to her girlfriend is what did it. That started the negative side. Not that's something that you could have helped. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of on your side in that argument.
She brought my kids into the damn argument.
Exactly! I would have fucking thrown hands. I'm gonna lie to you. I
was
would have
this
thrown
close.
hands.
I was this close.
But it's the impact that's getting to her, not the actual details. She knows you're not her brother. She knows that you're nothing like it. But as you and I both know, trauma is a bitch. And it's going to plague you. So the thing that I'm trying to encourage her to do is actually spend time with you. Like just one-on-one together. Not any dangerous situations, but as friends, people, family. And for her to see the not so rough militaristic fighting all the time side of things, because I think that's a lot of what she's seeing now. She's not knowing the man inside. She's knowing what action that man does.
I'll bring her somewhere. Maybe get her to talk for a little bit. Go do something. Kind of break her down a little bit so that she can kind of understand how I feel and how things are going with me and her. Maybe we can bond, figure something out more properly. But until then...
Just the one thing I asked is don't bring the subject up to her until she's ready to talk about it.
Of course.
I want that's something that she initiates. Admittedly, a part of me is also thinking that she may need to take more initiative in life instead of following what everyone says.
You and
She
me
needs
both.
to be able to take care of herself.
Yeah, I agree on that. Find her, make sure she gets back home safe, and I'll send her a message sometime in the future about maybe doing something. I did want to bring her along for that incursion into that corporate facility you were talking about.
Yeah. Admittedly, I'll let you know how dangerous and what we find from the first team the moment they go in.
That's fine. Do you have an idea as to when they'll be going?
Very soon, actually. We're going to be making kind of the announcement to them relatively soon,
Alright.
actually.
Just keep me updated then, okay?
Of course.
When can I get my
Any-
hands on those holo projectors, by the way, actually?
I was actually going to actually talk with you about that. I'm going to be checking in tomorrow morning about it and seeing how much time they're off on it. It should be mere matters of days now.
Perfect. Thank you, Devalin.
Of course.
Alright. I'll get on out of here then. We'll see you around.
Likewise. Me. Give my love to the family.
Sure. You know, I kind of like the name Tiki, Texas.
I heard that.
Yeah.